Good afternoon. Yeah, please sit down.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Opening remarks. Mr. President, after the president of the chairman, President Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, you may wish to go ahead with your introductory remarks. Mr. President, you will present their new logo as well as their annual.
Your Excellency, Mr. President.
There were a lot of activities to mark this very important year. The establishment of MAN, Your Excellency, was to provide a platform for the private sector to formulate and articulate policy suggestions that will complement government's efforts. And I dare say my ministry and indeed a lot of the MDAs have been working very well with MAN in terms of policy, in terms of trade, in terms of creating an environment that would facilitate the growth of business in Nigeria. MAN is in business to create a climate of opinion in this country so that manufacturers can operate efficiently and profitably for the benefit of all. So as a collective voice of its members, MAN was established to promote and protect manufacturers' collective interests. So Your Excellency, the president of MAN is here with his team, and he would like to inform us of the purpose of this courtesy visit. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Members, past president of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, I most sincerely thank you for always finding time to receive the leadership of our association. Clearly, this gesture speaks volumes of Your Excellency's readiness and commitment to promote manufacturing in Nigeria. And it has again assured our members of your commitment to drive economic growth through improved performance of the manufacturing sector. Your Excellency, let me take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely for your association with our members, and particularly your interest while we marked the 50th anniversary and hosted our 49th annual general meeting last October. The grand finale of the twin events was held in October this year, and you, Your Excellency, graciously directed the Secretary to the Government of the Federation to represent you as you are involved in to attend, as you are unable to attend personally due to other state duties. Your Excellency, our association chose the occasion of the 50th anniversary to rebrand and renew its mission and vision as a partner in driving the growth of the manufacturing sector of our economy. We now have a new logo, a new vision, and a new mission statement which was launched by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. It will be my pleasure, Your Excellency, at the end of this address, to present a copy of the annual report and a copy of our logo to Your Excellency to mark this visit. Your Excellency, we also wish to seize this unique opportunity to commend you for all your efforts at maintaining the sovereignty of our nation and restoring the economy to the path of recovery and sustainable growth on 2 occasions in the past 6 years. We identify the progress made also in infrastructure development, as well as the various reforms on the ease of doing business that has been taking place over the past several years. We all thank you for your exemplary leadership in curtailing the growth of COVID-19, evidenced by the relative low number of infections and fatalities when compared with other countries, even in our region. Your Excellency, today's advocacy visit was largely motivated by 2 considerations. The first is to thank you for all the support that you and your government have extended to the manufacturing sector since your assumption of office, which, but for this support, will have been a very difficult and very stressful problem for the industry. We also want to highlight, or the second is born out of the urgent need to seek the support of your government for the manufacturing sector, which is necessary to continue to overcome the binding constraints to competitive manufacturing in Nigeria. This is especially important as we embark on the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. Challenges of the manufacturing sector. Your Excellency, we do not wish to bore you with the plethora of familiar challenges confronting the manufacturing sector that we all know about. But man has proactively articulated remedial measures to many of these challenges in a blueprint for accelerated development of the manufacturing in Nigeria, which will be formally presented to the government in the next few weeks, and which we hope will support and complement the implementation of the 2021 to 2025 National Development Plan and Agenda 2050. The Association appreciates that the federal government has addressed many of these problems, while others are still receiving attention of the relevant ministries, departments, and agencies of government. However, permit me, Your Excellency, to highlight a few steps that can still be taken and a few issues that still need to be addressed in the immediate term in order to improve the immediate environment for manufacturing in our country. First, the issue of supply of foreign currency, foreign exchange. Your Excellency, manufacturers have been finding it difficult to source foreign exchange for importation, especially of machines and raw materials that are not available in the country. While we commend and support the recent policy by the Central Bank of Nigeria on non-allocation of foreign exchange to bureau de change, we are constrained to observe that it has not translated into significant improvement in the supply of Forex to manufacturers, especially since the exchange rate itself has gone significantly up. We therefore request for the intervention of Your Excellency to ensure the prioritization of allocation for the purpose of importing raw materials and equipment and spare parts particularly for the manufacturing sector. In addition, we request that Your Excellency may direct the Central Bank as well as the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment to engage the sector through our association to find ways in which we can drive more foreign exchange to the manufacturing sector. This will be necessary, even in the interim, to continue to support the very low growth rate of the sector. Second, Your Excellency, with regards to electricity supply, the Manufacturers Association still contend with, manufacturers in Nigeria still contend with inadequate supply from the national grid, despite the significant effort and progress that has been recorded in the first couple of years. And the consequence is that manufacturers still contend with a very high cost of electricity due to high tariff, as well as the cost of providing alternative energy, which at the moment stands at over 72.7 billion naira for the manufacturing sector. While commending the government for the ongoing reform in the power sector, we implore Your Excellency to direct the relevant authorities to remove all bottlenecks inhibiting manufacturers' access to the eligible customer scheme, which is intended to enable the 2,000 megawatt stranded electricity, which currently is being stranded and cannot be utilized. We believe that implementing the eligible customer scheme will significantly allow this 2,000 megawatts to be directed to the manufacturing sector and be utilized for the benefit of the country. Third, Your Excellency, the access to long-term funds. Your Excellency, limited access to long-term funds and the high cost of loanable funds are also jointly restraining the ability of the sector to produce at higher capacity. And this is adversely affecting the contribution of manufacturing to the gross domestic product. We applaud the efforts of the government aimed at resolving these issues through the various stimulus packages. But we regret to note, Your Excellency, that many genuine, deserving manufacturers are not able to access these funds. We therefore recommend, Your Excellency, that a monitoring and evaluation platform involving the relevant ministries and stakeholders, particularly the association, should be set up to continue to ensure equitable distribution or allocation of foreign exchange to manufacturers. Fourth, on the patronage of Made in Nigeria goods and local content development. Your Excellency, we commend the wisdom of your administration in instituting the Executive Orders 003 and 005 on the patronage of Made in Nigeria goods and development of local content. We humbly request that the ministries, departments, and agencies of government be prevailed upon to continue to strictly prioritize the patronage of Made in Nigeria goods in their purchases and contracts. In the same vein, we urge Your Excellency, as the chairman of the Presidential Monitoring Committee for the implementation of the Executive Order 005, to direct the relevant ministries to take proactive steps to ensure that this order is complied with. As a test case of this initiative, we wish to draw the attention of Your Excellency to the decision by government to procure 10 million cooking gas cylinders to be procured by the federal government for 12 states in the Federation. Our view, Your Excellency, is that the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, working with the Standard Organization of Nigeria and our association, should be able to identify certified local manufacturers of LPG cylinders that should be fully patronized in the course of the procurement of these 10 million cooking gas cylinders. Next, Your Excellency, is the issue of looming increase in tax rates. Mr. President, we are deeply concerned about indications of imminent increase in taxes, duty rates, and excise duty charges, particularly for food and beverages sector. This is because the affected subsectors are already currently groaning under multiple taxes, levies, and fees from different tiers of government, and the disposable income of the average Nigerian has obviously also declined, causing high inventory of unsold manufactured goods. While appreciating that government does need to generate more revenue to meet its rising social and economic obligations, we strongly opine that it is the tax base that needs to be expanded to capture the untaxed. The existing genuine and diligent corporate taxpayers should not be overburdened, as this could be counterproductive, and the envisaged revenue may also not be fully realized. 5, the African Continental Trade Area Agreement. I want to most sincerely appreciate Your Excellency for ensuring that proper consultation and sensitization was carried out before the signing of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement framework. Now that we have signed, ratified, and deposited the instrument of ratification at the repository of the AU, the National Action Committee, NAC, which Your Excellency established to manage our participation in the AFCFTA, should be effectively supported to continue to vigorously engage the private sector, relevant ministries, departments, and agencies of government in order to accelerate the putting in place of all the necessary structures required for beneficial participation by Nigeria in the AFCFTA. In this regard, we implore your government to urgently embark on some of these urgent steps. First, establish the designated competent authority that will superintend the administration of the rules of origin. The rule of origin, Your Excellency, is clearly the key instrument for ensuring that only goods manufactured in Africa can participate in the AFCFTA, or at least substantially manufactured in Africa. We also add the Commission and automation and full computerization of the various export and import documentation processes that are necessary for effective AFCFTA transactions. In conclusion, Your Excellency, I would like to especially thank you for the numerous initiatives, reforms, and policies that have helped to steady the course of manufacturing sector in Nigeria. Government, however, needs to continue to sustain implementation of these policies that have helped the economy to quickly recover from the recession on 2 occasions, and of course to survive the onslaught of COVID-19. We urge that all these initiatives need to be revived in order to ensure sustained implementation. The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria is full of expectations that government will continue to make manufacturing a centerpiece of its economic agenda and the enabler for upscaling national output, employment, and wealth creation. This is because of its very strong and productive linkages with other sectors such as agriculture, solid minerals, and petrochemicals. Mr. President, Your Excellency, I have no doubt that with your kind support, we shall continue to accelerate the building of a resilient manufacturing sector in Nigeria in the best interest of our economy and our people. Let me close, Your Excellency, on a sad note by informing Your Excellency that one of our past presidents, Alhaji Hassan Adamu Dawaki Ladamar, was supposed to be with us this afternoon, but he lost his daughter in the morning, so he had to leave for Yola immediately. And he asked that we convey his regret for not being able to join us to meet you. Thank you, Your Excellency. It is now my pleasure, Excellency, to present
of State of Industry, Trade and Investment receive the delegation of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria and most sincerely congratulate the leadership of the association past and present, for sustaining the vision and mission of the association for over 5 decades. This has certainly positioned you as the voice of the manufacturing sector in Nigeria. Noteworthy is the initiative that will chart the path to sustain manufacturing in Nigeria for the next 10 years. Let me use this opportunity to assure you of the support of government in your quest to continue to promote a virile manufacturing sector in Nigeria. May I also express the appreciation of government to all manufacturers in Nigeria for your immense contributions and the unwavering commitment to the social economic development of our country over the years. Our nation owes you all a debt of gratitude for your show of commitment, the level of confidence reposed in the country and the economy, demonstrated by the expansion of your respective investments in the Nigerian economy despite daunting challenges. We note your contributions to the formation of national economic policies, economic recovery and growth plan, sustainability and other economic development plans. We appreciate your unwavering support in the policy formulation, engagement on policy discussions, feedback on implementation, and more importantly, employment generation and wealth creation. The future of our nation depends on such commitment and our collective desire to build a thriving, all-inclusive economy. As you know, the challenge of the different waves of coronavirus and fluctuation in the price of crude oil and by extension other commodity prices have had an adverse impact on world economies, and Nigeria is not an exception. Nonetheless, we have effectively contained the spread of the pandemic and other diseases, and we are consistently deploying prudent means of judiciously utilizing the limited revenue of government to sustain the economy and stimulate growth. Let me use this opportunity to emphasize that in spite of our limited resources, this government has made appreciable progress in road and rail infrastructure development, provision of stimulus packages for the manufacturing sector, improvement in energy management and support for exporters with a view to improving the operating environment for business in Nigeria. These projects are there for all to see. Furthermore, we are vigorously pursuing reforms on ease of doing business and currently putting in place another necessary policy measures and incentives that will guarantee full recovery from the consequences of coronavirus, sustain economic development, and further shield the economy from the potential effect of fluctuations in the price of crude oil in the global market. I have listened carefully to all the challenges enumerated by the President of Man and would like to assure you that, like we have done in the recent past, we will give consideration to some of the constraints that are yet to be fully addressed, especially those that align with our policies and programs for economic recovery and sustainable development. Let me assure you that this administration is fully aware that the survival of Nigeria lies in agriculture and having a viable domestic manufacturing sector. I must emphasize here that when I say agriculture, I also refer to agro-allied business, which is the value-added component in the value chain. A strong manufacturing sector creates more jobs and wealth for our people. It will usher in sustainable economic prosperity because we will produce what we consume as a nation and generate foreign exchange by exporting surpluses and by import substitution. Specifically, Nigeria will take appropriate measure to improve access to Forex for importation of raw materials and machines that are not available locally. The relevant ministry will revisit your concerns about the increase in exercise duties on the identified products and other tariff-related matters. Ladies and gentlemen, our strategic plan to boost manufacturing activities in the country is on course. May I again implore the leadership of Manufacturers Association of Nigeria to continue to encourage manufacturers that government recognizes the resilience of manufacturers in Nigeria and other private sector organizations. I firmly believe that a private sector-led economy is the way to create jobs. I beseech you to continue to support the government in our quest to provide the appropriate environment that will attract the necessary investment, both domestic and foreign, for the upliftment of the nation's economy. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And the new logo for the